for the past couple of years, and he was retired. So I brought him out of retirement.
That's awesome.
So I thought I was pretty good to get him out.
Well, that's changing your offensive look as well, coming in with a wing T with his experience.
Yes. He's one of the ones that's been around for a minute in this offense. And with him, he brought along Adam Dagler, who's the offensive line coach up at Noonan as well. So we got 2 from Noonan. With that,
a strange bedfellows right there, Coach. Just
yeah,
to think about the history of LaGrange and Noonan.
I know it. I had to sit back and think, what are you doing? But those guys are awesome. Those guys are awesome. We plugged them in, and it's like they've been here for years.
And they weren't there with Max, were they?
No.
Okay, all right, then I can handle them. If they were.
No, Coach Bass, nah.
For those of you that have been following LaGrange High School football for years, and you know the name Max Bass.
Yeah.
If they were with Max, we might have a problem.
He's a legend. Yes, I got to give it to him. But Coach Bass, he had some tricks up his sleeve.
He did.
Jerseys and the footballs, but that's it. That's all fun in the game. Yeah. We also have Coach R.J. Miles, who coaches our receivers. I had the luxury of coaching R.J. when we was at LaGrange College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I remember the name. Sure
brought
did.
him in I was there for his freshman year, and then I ended up leaving. And that's what we have on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, we moved Coach Honeyman, who is our linebackers coach, to defense coordinator. And we brought in Coach Marcus Blandenberg, who's a longtime Granger.
Do you know that name? Mm-hmm.
Coach at the college as well for 7 years. So we have a lot of experience on the staff now.
That's great. I'm looking forward to an awesome season. We're going to take our first break. We come back. We're going to talk a little bit about the game this past weekend, and we're also going to begin to bring in some of the young guys that you brought with you tonight.
Yes, sir.
To talk about things going on at LaGrange High School. But right now you're listening to the Coach's Corner Show live from Johnny's Pizza right here on Eagle Sports.
State Farm, this is Gwen.
Salutations, Gwen. I have car insurance, but I want to protect the rest of the stuff in my apartment. Some of my action figures were ruined recently.
We can add a renter's policy. For the cost of one action figure, we can protect your entire army of action figures against fire, theft, burst pipes.
Great! You have no idea how hard it is untangling wet alien hair.
Add renters.
Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange. Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. The right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show live here from Johnny's Pizza right here on Lafayette Parkway. Brand new location. You need to come out here and check it out. They have wonderful food. I just got through having some of the best wings I've had in a long time just a little bit ago. And Coach, you got plans? You figured out what you want to eat tonight? You already looked at the menu?
Oh, man, there's a lot that you can get into on the menu. I'm just going to take a little bit at a time.
Do they have a Johnny's Pizza sampler platter?
Yes, there you go. That's it. Now, this is my first time in here.
Okay.
I don't have time to go a lot of places.
That's true.
So I'm actually excited to be in here.
He's watching film on his phone, folks.
I feel romantic. I feel romantic right now.
Let's not in this booth. Let's talk about the game this weekend. Coach took on Callaway High School, who's just consistently a quality program year after year. Coach Wiggins and his staff, we just had Dusty Hubbard in here just a little bit ago. They continue to be a strong contender there in Double-A. 26-0 in that loss to start off the season. But I was at the ball game myself, sitting in the stands and watching it with my brother, my father, and my mother, and watched the first quarter play. Ball not really moving a whole lot.
Right.
Either way, just kind of a little stalemate. But, first real game of the season. Not that the second and third string will come in the second half. This is it. We get to the second quarter, and again, just back and forth, just a battle, and which I kind of love. Old linemen, I just like to see them getting down in the trenches and beating on each other. And then they score. We hold them to a field goal, and that's always a victory for So they drive deep, and you keep them out, and then we drive down, get inside the 40, and you've got a guy that you trust to get in there and kick that ball. And the trajectory just a little bit low. The snap was good, kick just a little low, and they block it and run it back on us, and that kind of set us going in a negative direction there in the end of the second quarter.
Well, with a young team, coming into it, Coach Wiggins and his staff in his program, they went to the semifinals last year.
Oh, yeah.
They returned a lot of those guys, from that team. Us, 2-8, we returned 17 guys that's never been in a ball game before.
Yep.
That started. So you're looking at a lot of inexperienced guys. In a game of that magnitude, home team, home crowd, family members, friends. It was a tough environment, but we embraced that. I thought our defense fought very hard for those first two quarters, to hold them. Offensively, we just couldn't find our niche. We tried to establish a running game, tried to establish a passing game where we really didn't hold up front like we should have, and when we did hold up, we just didn't make the plays outside. But we are very proud of our guys for how we approached the game, our attitude during the game and after the game. As we got into the locker room, we asked the guys, why was the score this way? And it was amazing as to how positive they were, how upbeat they were about it, and how honest they were about the game. And, for a young team to express themselves like that, our future is very bright.
Well, if you just think about of course, football is a game of inches and small plays. If they don't block us, we have a chance. Even if we miss it, we're just down 3-0. And then they really quickly throw a pass downfield. Three guys go up, one guy comes down, and we almost had an interception right there. Just think about how different that ball game would have been right there going into halftime if we could have had the three, been able to pull that down. It would have been a whole different ball game.
And all that's true. All that's very true. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to get into the ill factor with the guys. Like I say, we were very honest with them, and they were very honest with us. When it comes down to it, we got to make the play. Yep. We have to make the play. When you get into the other realm of creating different scenarios, it's almost like you're making excuses. When we're up offensively, we want to drive the ball. When we're up defensively, we want to stop them. And we just want to keep the game that simple.
Sure.
That simple. It is what it is. But like I said, our guys fought hard. They fought hard.
Over on the defensive side, real similar defense to what you ran last year. You got Fitzpatrick, Williams, some of the guys that are coming back, kind of standouts for you. Talk a little bit about that defense and who we really counted on in that first half.
Well, that's where most of our experience is at right now. Our four linebackers, Fitzpatrick, we got Daz Williams, we got Vondez Taylor, Taj Hickson. In that corner, we got LaQuincy Shepard. Those are the guys who played in the game.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's it. So the strength of our team, our defensive team, is at linebacker. So, it wasn't surprising that those guys, did what they did by running around like that because of the experience.
You bring Coach Caputo in on the offensive side, run the wing tee, really more predicated on a running game, and you got some good backs to run that offense on.
Yes. Cornell Kendricks is one of our big staples. Miles Johnson, who carried the ball as well, and from that we have the young gunners as we call them. Trez Delaney, who was a senior as well, but Andre Canty, Dylan Norvell, those guys are going to be very good. And Draco Martin, our future's bright.
Yep. Now, real quick before we go to break, at the quarterback, you got two guys that you ran against Heard County in both Crawford and Towns. Talk about it. Do we have a quarterback controversy, Coach?
We don't. We don't. We have a team controversy, and that's finding the guys to fit the spots on the field, all 11 spots. That's what we're trying to figure out now. We have some athletes back there. We have Crawford. We have Jacoby Smith, who started 7 games last year at quarterback. With Laperion being down. So at any moment, he can step in and be the guy. Dre brings a different flavor to the game because he's exciting. He's exciting running the ball.
Right.
But Dre is a sophomore. He's a sophomore. Charles is a sophomore. And there's some things just about this level of football that Dre has to figure out right now. But with his athleticism, we're able to put him on the defensive side of the ball, and he can go right now. But we're bringing him along. We're going to move him to receiver a little bit and move him around some different spots on the offense, so he will be on the field.
That's awesome to have that much variety that you can do with a young man. We're going to take a break. We come back. We're going to meet some of the young Grangers and talk more about them. We're live from Johnny's Pizza right here on Eagle Sports.
If you haven't visited the Pottery Shack at ML Aubrey's lately, you've missed out on a whole bunch of cool stuff. We've been to the gift mart and picked out even more neat stuff that's arriving all the time in ML Aubrey's. God made a farmer, God bless our home, and a whole bunch of rustic signs from welcome to my porch to the serenity prayer. Some are on barnwood and some are on metal. Stainless steel garden medallions, turtles, hummingbirds, stars. We've got a good assortment. With the coming football season, we have ordered in a bunch of Auburn and Alabama flags, even some house divided flags. And speaking of football, ML Aubrey's has a collegiate section with some of the best sellers from Auburn, Alabama, and a little bit of Georgia, too. And speaking of flags, new decorative garden flags and full-size flags are coming in. We also always have flagpoles and brackets for you. Over in the kitchen section, we have corn cutters, French fry cutters, and a huge inventory of large cast iron skillets and accessories, even silicone frying pan handles. I also bought a special deal on some cedar log furniture that we finally have on display with a table chairs, a tete-a-tete, and a couple of rockers. It's been entirely too long since you came by and looked at all the great gifty stuff at ML Aubrey's, Main Street, beautiful downtown Roanoke.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
When it comes to your health, nobody beats the home team at WellStar West Georgia Medical Center. Named #1 large hospital by Georgia Trend Magazine. Nationally ranked the top 100 hospital by Truth and Health. And one of the 100 great community hospitals by Becker's Hospital Review. WellStar West Georgia Medical Center is your award-winning team in LaGrange. Visit wellstar.org/WGMC to learn more. We believe in life well lived.
Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
2002, we decided to make a move from downtown. We bought this building here on Commerce, and we've been here ever since. And it was a move that really changed my business. God's blessed this business. We've been real fortunate, and the customers and the patients have been phenomenal in this town to support Holmes Pharmacy. And we're just proud to be a part of the community and support all the patients and their needs.
That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange.
Welcome back to the LaGrange High School Coaches Corner. We're live from Johnny's Pizza in LaGrange, Georgia, across from the mall here on Lafayette Parkway. If you haven't had a chance to come out, it is wonderful. We got Greg's eating my pizza over there. My goodness gracious, my radio part is over there on my food. I'm stuck in the booth here, but I'll get to it. Right now I'm joined, as always, by Coach Diallo Burks. We're talking about the game last week. And also you brought a guest with you tonight, Coach.
Yes, I have our 3 MVPs from the game. We have C.J. Scott, who was our offensive MVP. We have Jacoby Smith, who was our special teams MVP, and Jeremiah Holloway, who was our defensive MVP.
Well, it's awesome that you get to recognize those guys in each game. They get to achieve to those different levels, not only recognized by you. It's also good to have their peers recognize them and see what they do.
Yes. You know, everybody works hard, but you know, at the end of the day, you're going to have someone that's going to stand out above all the rest. And, you know, for years, you know, in this program, we recognize them on Sundays when we meet. We give them the helmet stickers and, and you know, all of that. But we wanted to go a bit further than that, because they're looking at going to the next level. And, you know, when you're performing on the next level, you know, all types of things come to you. So we don't want to just give them this opportunity to you know, get in front of the community and, you know, show themselves.
Well, the last game was such an example of that, as not only do we have a great crowd in the LaGranger side, but at the Callaway side had a great crowd too. So it's intimidating to walk out onto the field when you got all of that around you.
Now, I will say this, you know, with us being back on our old home side, when I told them we was doing that, the guys lit up. They lit up because they wanted to come out of that tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
And they gave me chills. I thought I could put on another suit again. But, you know, that's just telling you the history that we have, you know, at Callaway Stadium and in both programs. But, you know, whenever you can bring a crowd like that, and we're going to get another one, you know, hopefully this Friday with Villa Rica, but we already know what's going to bring, you know, later on in the season when Troop comes in as well. We want to establish that atmosphere every game.
Well, the young man you have to your left, a Florida jersey? Is that
Florida
what you're
Gator,
looking?
baby. We represent everywhere.
Are you thinking about Florida? It's a microphone. You got to talk it. There you go. Well, awesome. Now, tell me the folks that are listening what your name is and what position you play for the team.
My name is CJ Scott, and I play tight end.
CJ had a good ball game last week to be recognized by your coaches. As you walked in, could you feel the excitement in the stadium as you came through the tunnel?
At practice, and all the people running around the track.
That's right, because y'all are kind of surrounded by folks, especially with the thread. I imagine you have a lot of folks watching your practices.
Every day.
Now, I'm sure they've got you working pretty hard on the field. Do you have a chance to go and do the easy work on the thread every once in a while?
We was working as a team.
We're struggling with the microphone a little bit there, so that I think we got it now. Now, you are a senior, am I correct? All right, now, not a lot of y'all on the team this year, so you really have to take on a real leadership role with your friends. Coach, I want you to put your headphones on him. I think the microphone's messing us up a little bit. I want to hear what he's got to say. Let's try that again. As a senior, you're having to take on that leadership role this year, aren't you?
Yes, it's like 12 of us, and like some of us don't like come to practice sometimes, but it's all right.
Now, I'm sure one of the things that you have to do sometimes is maybe get on somebody that's not doing what they need to do. And sometimes that's hard, being somebody who goes to school with them, but I would imagine you have a desire to win, and you know what it takes.
Yes, it's like freshmen, we got to set the example like every day.
They're looking up to you in every case, so that's awesome. All right. Well, CJ, I appreciate it. Now, you play at the tight end position, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you play anything over on the defense as well?
Not yet, but I want to play linebacker.
Oh, okay. Let's see. That's why I asked that question. See, I figured there was something there, and Coach is here, so he gets to hear all that in the background. All right. Well, that's awesome. Well, buddy, I appreciate you joining us. We're going to take a quick break and bring some of your buddies in. Right now, we're here live from Johnny's Pizza in LaGrange, Georgia, across from the mall. So come on here on Lafayette Parkway and join us tonight. You're listening to the LaGrange High School Coach's Corner on Eagle Sports.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When a football team ends up with 12 men on the field, it means somebody forgot to double check. And when you end up paying more for your car insurance than you need, it could also mean somebody forgot to double check. That's why State Farm will do a free discount double check by going through your policies to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Because those discounts mean big league savings. It pays to double check. Call your State Farm agent, Matt Orr, on the square in downtown LaGrange. Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Welcome back to the LaGrange High School Coaches Corner, live from Johnny's Pizza in LaGrange, Georgia, across from the mall. We invite you to come out here and join us tonight. We've got a good crowd out here enjoying some good pizza. I've said it several times. I enjoyed the wings a minute ago, and if I will enjoy some pizza if Greg doesn't eat it all before I get a chance to get over there. You got some garlic knots coming? All right, good. Well, I'm here with Coach Deanna Burks, and Coach, one of the things that you and I have enjoyed the past couple of years is you bring in some of your young guys in here, able to share what's going on with them, and you've got some of your MVPs. Let's move to a junior now.
Okay.
We got Jacoby Smith here.
Jacoby Smith was one who gave us a lot last year at the quarterback position, and he also started at free safety, so he was a dual guy.
Now, Jacoby, big game this past week, taking on Callaway. As you walk through the tunnel, as you hear the crowd, do you like being on the old home side?
Oh, yes, sir. Whenever Coach Burks told us we'll be back on the old home side, it just made everybody smile. And it was so happy to be able to come out the tunnel, because usually we would just come out some double doors and be already showing, but coming out the tunnel is just different energy.
Right there where the Blue Crew is. The Blue Crew's they're jumping up. They're going crazy. In fact, I was looking on Facebook on my way to the game, and someone said they need to get some adults in the Blue Crew because they're going crazy up in here. And then the band, of course, is right there, and all that. It just gets the adrenaline pumping, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. I have you so pumped up and ready for the game. Take the chills out.
Now, you're playing strong safety over on the defensive side, correct?
Last year I played free, and this year I'm at corner.
Oh, at corner this year. Okay. Now, corner, do you get a lot of contact over on that side? Or
I did Friday.
Now, did you give the contact or did you receive the contact?
I gave it.
Attaboy. It always feels better to give than to receive in football. All right. Well, now, as a junior, you also have some of that responsibility of leadership as an MVP coming into this ball game. Tell me about what you try to do with freshmen and sophomores to get them fired up.
Just try to show them the way that Coach Burks teach us every day so that they can be the leaders one day and lead the younger guys when they become older guys. So
That's exactly what Coach is looking for y'all to do. Now, I'm saving, from my point of view, one of the best for last because we got Jeremiah Holloway over here. And Jeremiah, he's a little thicker guy than you pretty boys there, that they're backfield guys. Us linemen got to stick together. Now, tell me about your position on the field, Jeremiah. There we go. Well, the mic's giving us a little problems here, guys. Kind of hold it up off the table a little bit. Let's try that.
I play defensive end.
Which is now again, I'm excited because that was my defensive position when I played. And one of the great jobs of the defensive end is to just take everything that's coming. And the cornerbacks, the pretty boys, they get some tackles out of that. But there's just something about that contact coming around that end, isn't it? Oh, let me try it. I'm gonna hold it for you. There you go. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I love it. This is my second year playing DN, and I give it all. I give it all every at practice and games, 110% every day.
Getting in the backfield, quarterbacks just make you happy when you get to hit them. They just put a smile on your face because they just hit so easy that it's so soft when they hit them.
Yes, sir. Whenever I came around the corner and I saw the quarterback and my eyes lit up, I knew I had a chance to make a big play, and I made it.
Well, that's also why you continue to play and do well, and I didn't because my eyes were closed a lot of the time when I saw them coming around the end. But, well, Jeremiah, I appreciate you being here with us. Jacoby, thank you. But, guys, we look forward to seeing you all through the season. I know you're going to do a great job. We're going to take another break.
Sir.
We come back. We got lots more here from Johnny's Pizza in LaGrange, Georgia, across from the mall. Come join us here on Eagle Sports.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services for people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Welcome back to the LaGrange High School Coaches Corner with Coach Deanna Burks. We're here at Johnny's Pizza in LaGrange, Georgia, across from the mall here on Lafayette Parkway. Make sure to come by and join us. Every Monday night we'll be here with just lots of football. But right now we're talking with Coach Burks about football, and we look to next week, actually I guess this week, as we'll be taking on Villa Rica, a team that we got a victory against 28-7 last year.
Yes, we came in after immediately after the Callaway game, and the guys took a different focus. It came out and we were able to get the win up there. Our guys played very hard, very hard. They played with excitement. Mm-hmm. That was the most emotional game we probably played with all year last year, was that game. And, we just came out and we started fast. And that's what we preach, is starting fast.
Well, looking forward to the game. We need lots of folks to turn out to Callaway Stadium. The guys are just talking about it, having the excitement to come up, and it's nothing better than to run out of that tunnel with a big crowd behind you.
Oh, yes, that's the Granger way. That's the Granger way, and that's your time to shine. We call it the 5 second of fame. As you turn left and you go into the bus through, that's your time. It seems like nothing else matters in LaGrange, Georgia, but that moment when you turn that corner. But that's exciting. It's something that they will remember for the rest of their lives, and we'll get to the game and do what we do.
All right, looking forward to. Please join us at the field now. This Friday night.
This Friday night, 7:30.
This Friday night at Callaway Stadium. Join us to kick off there at 7:30. Of course, you can listen to it live here on Eagle Sports as well. Well, for Coach Burks, for all the guys making it happen, we appreciate you joining us our first night, and we'll see you next week on the radio.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
The one thing that I've always done, Coleman, is through the years, I have found that patients respond in different ways. And as a pharmacist, I try to find those ways that you can communicate with